Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you're watching us from. I am back again. There are certain developments that we need to look at. Certain things are happening. Can you imagine? Just check the screen. Look at what I'm seeing in the screen. On the screen. Hey, could this be true? They said this is our CJ. CJ, you understand what I mean? Somebody said, why Tinubu claimed, why Tinubu went for medical checkup overseas. After the Obi and Dati team went to tribunal, submitted their petition. They said the next morning Tinubu flew, to check his body if some things are falling off or they are still intact. Meanwhile, we had certain things are happening. Can you look at that picture? Look at that picture. Somebody in, somebody, that looks like somebody that is, it's not bedridden. Somebody who is maybe a leper or has problem with his leg at the moment. Hey, that looks like CJ. CJ, let me just call it CJ. I don't understand though. They said that is our CJ. It's, hey. In fact, Nigeria, Nollywood, you people are not doing well. You are not doing well at all. You know why I said you are not doing well? You people have been repeating movies. You are telling us the same stories again. Meanwhile, there are enough materials for you to work with. There are stories for you to work with quickly. I want to see movies. You guys, it doesn't take you time to release movies. I had Nigerian movie industry can write and produce movie in a week, some in 2 days. Here is a movie for you. They said that is our CJ. The other one, INEC's president-elect went, and he also went. There are certain discussions that cannot be done here. People will see it. People might cite you in a hotel, or people might cite you driving into his house. So, some personalities, for them to do certain things, they need to hide, because nowadays, everybody's eye is shining. We are watching carefully. And if this is true, they say he went to oversee there and he turned to a leper or somebody whose feet has problem. Can you imagine? That is the man. They said it's our CJ. He went overseas and, something needs to change hand, because Nigeria is about to experience some legal hurdles. Yes. You are going to see legal fire powers. Throw tantrums. And for some people to make it easy for themselves, they might have to let's go and settle this guy somewhere where people will not see us. I had, they do promise people houses in Dubai so that elections can be won. Oh, give it to me, give the mandate to me. I will give you Dubai house, one house. You know what it means to have a house in Dubai. I'll give you a house in America. Oh my God. Can you see what I'm seeing? If this is this guy, who is this guy? Can you please? We have not concluded though. We want you Nigerians to please spot who this guy is. The guy seemed to have covered himself with tarpaulin something. I don't know. This rain vests for rain. And it's like a disguised to make people not to know who is this. Who is it? Jaguar. Looks like Jaguar. You watch that film, that old Nigerian movie before we have the living, but those old times, Jaguar. It looks like Jaguar. And do they have similarities? Who looks like Jaguar in Nigeria, please? Who looks like Jaguar? Who could that be? I know of one CJ, my friend in Lagos. CJ, my friend. Could it be CJ? Could this be CJ? Please, Spot, I want Nigeria to help us. Spot, who is this? It's very important for us to know who is this. They said this, my friend CJ went to UK to meet with president-select for something to change hands so that perhaps they buy justice. My friend CJ, that guy in Lagos, I don't know, but help. The essence of this is for you to help us spot who is this. I don't even know. I have not drawn any conclusion. While we move to the next story. Ekwemmadu. I don't know whether to call this nemesis. I don't know. And my only problem with him is that it was said he has spent a lot of time in the Senate. And there are other people that can fill that position that are waiting. And he seems to have everything he wants. And he tried becoming Enugu state governor. And it seems that's the only hard thing he has struggled to get. And I'm looking at what has Ekwemmadu done for Southeasterners. How has he been of help to Southeasterners? I'm talking about the kidney problem and the kidney case. Kidney transplant case in UK, at which a guy was hustled to donate his kidney. And I think everything ended yesterday. I like UK, countries where things work. Not because of the Ekwemmadu was handed 12 years, no, but because of how they quicken the whole thing. Unlike here, that they will want to frustrate you, they can give the next court sitting to be 4 months later, 4 months after, 10 months after, just to frustrate you. So I heard finally that Ekwemmadu has been convicted, and let's look at that story. So based on what we have here, Ike Ekwemmadu organ trafficking plot, the politician and his wife found guilty. The report by Tom Simmons at the Old Belly and Samantha Jagger. He said a senior wealthy Nigerian politician, his wife, a medical middleman, had been found guilty of an organ trafficking plot after they brought a 21-year-old man to the UK from Lagos. The Bonny guy who was hustling phone. They promised him it's going to better his life. At the end of the day, Senator Ike Ekwemmadu, 60, his wife, Beatrice, 56, and Dr. Obinna Obeta, 50, were convicted of conspiring to exploit the man for his kidney in the first such case under modern slavery laws. And remember, these laws were passed recently. And it's like our man were among the people that the trap of that law caught first. So the law caught Ekwemmadu under modern slavery. Modern slavery. It's so sad. The Old Belly had the organ was for the couple's daughter, Sonia, who is age 25. She was cleared of the same charge. Yeah, so I beg, leave that lady. The young lady, let her go and take care of herself. There is money to take care of her. Ekwemmadu has the money. Yeah. For her, let's leave her. Anybody suffering kidney problem needs transplant. That is sure. But I think the problem here is how it was gotten, how they made moves to get the kidney. Maybe they did something wrong. They didn't go the proper way. Some Nigerians are saying Ekwemmadu fell for this because these were among people, those opposing Obi's presidency. Obi's attempt to become president. They said anyone standing in the way, his anything about him will get scratched. That is what we are saying. They said Obi's mandate is divine. So what do you think? Ekwemmadu and wife to spend 12 years. Further on that story, the prosecution said he was offered up to £7,000 and promised opportunities in the UK for helping, and that he only realized what was going on when he met doctors at the hospital. It was alleged the defendants had tried to convince medics at the Royal Free by pretending he was the cousin of Sonia, who has a debilitating illness and remains on weekly dialysis, when they were not related. While it is lawful to donate a kidney, it becomes criminal if there is a reward of money or other material advantage. Okay, did you get that? While it is lawful, it is not against the law to donate a kidney. But when it's in exchange for money, rewarding somebody for money to do that, it becomes criminal. Maybe not just money, rewarding the person anything to get their kidney. Whether material or just like this our guys do. Promise a house in Dubai to, and you got it. That's it too. I think somebody has won that seat where Ekwemmadu has been occupying. Somebody is going to represent Tinubu there. Further on the story, Royal Free consultant Dr. Peter Dupont concluded the donor was unsuitable after learning he had no counseling or advice about the risks of surgery and lacked funds for the lifelong care he would need. So it happens that the boy that was used, it didn't match. We had that earlier, that his kidney did not match. And how is he going to spend the rest of his life with that situation? So the court had that the Ekwemmadus then transferred their interest to Turkey and set about finding another donor, since that guy that was the Bonnie guy that was used, the street trader that was used, his did not work. An investigation was launched after the young man ran away from London and slept rough for days before walking into a police station in Staines, in Surrey, crying and in distress. Can you imagine the situation of that boy? Relaying his fears, he told police, "The doctor said I was too young, but the man said if you do not do it here, he would carry me back to Nigeria and do it there." That was it. 12 years imprisonment. And back home, do you think people are really feeling sad about the situation that Ekwemmadu was handed 12 years imprisonment? What do you think will be the reaction of his people? Not just his relatives, but people of his constituency, Enugu State in its entirety. Do you think this is a good news for them? Add your comment on the comment section. There is what we want to learn from that. Do you think Enugu people, aside, I'm not talking about Ekwemmadu's relatives, but the Enugu people and people of his constituency, do you think they will be happy about this particular situation? Remember to consider the situation of this particular boy now, while you add your comments. Now, jurors heard that Sonia was studying for a master's degree at Newcastle University when she became ill in December 2019. In 2021, her father enlisted the help of this medically trained brother, Diwe Ekwemmadu, to search for a donor, the court had. Diwe Ekwemmadu, who remains in Nigeria, turned to a former classmate, Dr. Obeta of Southwark, South London, who recently had a private kidney transplant at the Royal Free with a Nigerian donor. Dr. Obeta then engaged with Dr. Chris Abo of the Vintage Health Group, a medical tourism company, as well as an agent to arrange a visa for the donor the court had. The victim, who knew the man who had donated his kidney to Dr. Obeta, was recruited from a Lagos street market where he made a few pounds a day selling phone accessories from a wheelbarrow. I think it's Computer Village. That's a popular place, a dominated market. That's where the boy was, they approached him and discussed, well, we take you to UK. We take you to UK. You have a better life. Maybe they promise him some amount of money. You donate one of your kidney, And, the fascination about going to UK, Obodo, he will certainly be interested. Yeah. And, well, it's against the law. It's against the law. You've seen what happened. Don't make go. We don't need to go further on that. The conclusion is that Ekwemmadu and wife has been convicted. And this is where we round up on this one. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Bye-bye for now.